It's important to keep that in mind. The kind of news that is pushed for your distraction and entertainment to elicit moral outrage. We see this in social media. Whatever gets clickbait, the kind of virtue signaling that can go on is how a lot of the industry profits. And so here, I think Tyreek Hill, whether or not he did it is still an open question, but there's a presumption of innocence in our country. And we have seen others victimized by this kind of structure, by these circumstances. And I think the lesson is it's important, and I'll leave it there, guys. We can get around to how this affects football in the second round of this, but for round one, I'll leave it there. It's important to keep in mind, wait till the facts come out, contextualize the information, and then come to conclusions.
Yeah, listen, I would have to agree with you, Max. What we see it a lot of times in the media is things get blurted out, things get posted without the full picture being put out there. And in the case of Tyreek Hill, a lot of things were put out there not in the full scope, which led to a lot of people making assumptions about Tyreek Hill's innocence or being guilty. And when the whole audio came out, obviously it was inconclusive as to what the league felt like bringing forth some type of punishment as it relates to Tyreek Hill and assaulting the mother of his child. Now, I will say, also, I am a little surprised that the league didn't give him any type of suspension, given the fact that he did threaten the mother of his child. But I think overall, the whole point of this whole thing is wait until all the evidence comes out. Because again, like Max pointed out, a lot of times in these situations, we not only in the media but just in society are quick to jump on people with little blurps here and there. Without getting all the information as it pertains to a particular case. So, I'm in full agreement with Max on this one.
No, I do agree. And guys, I mean, the reality is unless you're God Almighty, you don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. But what I don't mind, unfortunately for Tyreek Hill, though, is the awareness, because there are problems with abuse going on in homes. There is somebody out there being abused. And I'm glad that, this has been gotten right, so to speak. We don't ultimately know. But nonetheless, Tyreek Hill will be back playing football. But this is an issue, and awareness needs to be known. As far as football-wise, I hear Tyreek Hill back on the field. I don't see an excuse why the Chiefs can't be in the Super Bowl. I have no reason, with that defense being stacked up with the Honey Badger, Frank Clark joining, that this squad can't win. We rave about how great Patrick Mahomes is. We know about maybe the shortcomings. They lost Hunt last year. Tyreek Hill possibly missing. But with him as a weapon, I mean, arguably the fastest guy in the league stretching that Andy Reid defense. Oh, my, come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, in terms of the on-field stuff, guys, I agree. It's, how often do you just add a receiver and say, well, okay, now they're going to win the Super Bowl? It's not every team you can do that with, but this team was special because of the quadruplets I felt before Kareem Hunt left, right? It's not just triplets. We're always looking the quarterback, the running back, and the wideout, right? But then you have Travis Kelce. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And Damien Williams is not Kareem Hunt, but he's a good back. He can catch, he can run, he can do a lot of things. That's a good back. Tyreek Hill is like a lot. There's this thought almost that he's perceived when you talk about the elite receivers. His name doesn't come up enough because it's almost he's like a gimmicky, like special teams guy who can catch well enough. No, he's not. He's a wideout. He's arguably the most explosive offensive weapon in the NFL. He's on a short list. And when you give Patrick Mahomes that guy on top of Kelce and that offense, it's a problem. I really do think in this case, guys, his return makes them Super Bowl favorite or favorites in the AFC.
Listen, if you ask any player, coach in football, the one thing that threatens people the most, it's speed. Speed is the one thing you cannot teach out here. And that's the one thing that Tyreek Hill has more than any other player in the National Football League is that explosive speed that takes the top off the defense, that makes the defense scared. When you play against the Kansas City Chiefs, the first person, I know we all talk about Patrick Mahomes, but I guarantee you defensive coordinators are talking about, okay, we need to get somebody over the top of Tyreek Hill because if we don't, he's going to run past whoever it is, and it just opens everything up for everyone else with the Kansas City Chiefs offense. So having him back in the fold now for the Kansas City Chiefs puts him squarely back in the mix for representing the AFC in the Super Bowl.
I mean, guys, think about a quarterback's best friend, a quarterback with a big arm. What do you want, a fast receiver? This guy takes a 10 or 15-yard cushion every time he takes the field. So, I mean, if you're Mahomes, you got to be most excited.
Guys, we're all
Mahomes,
excited
Tyreek Hill's
to
not
see.
even fair.
Yeah, we're all excited to see Tyreek Hill back on the field. He'll be able to attend training camp, all the club activities. Damien, I'm with you when you say I'm surprised there was no discipline at all, given the fact that there was a threat being made. But look, you know, according to the full statement from the NFL, this has been a 4-month-long investigation. They've been comprehensive about it. The child right now is under the care being monitored by Johnson County Child Services. And, you know, they said based on the evidence available, the NFL could not conclude that Mr. Hill violated the personal conduct policies. So we'll keep you posted if any new information comes out. But as of right now, the NFL not suspending Tyreek Hill in any way, shape, or form.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.